First, KJ.
It's almost over, guys. It's almost flipping over. 3 Premier League games, 1 FA Cup final, and then we're done and we'll be free. And this game just confirms what I already know. He's gone. He is gone. Half of these players are going to be gone, and he's going to be gone. Ten Hag's getting sacked. I don't care what anyone says. All you Ten Hag inners, you've got all these defensive Ten Hag, the injuries, the cycle, the rain, and the centimeters of the grass. I don't care what your excuse is. This man is gone. And it's going to be good because we're starting again finally. Today is just another performance that you could replay my reaction or any of the other guys' reactions, Staffy, Michael, any of the other guys, DZ, Neeks, Cam, Sky, Sophia, anyone else's reaction you can just play. And it'll be the same thing, no matter what the game is. You can just change your name to Palace. So this is the thing. I am so glad we're getting to the end of the season because there are major issues at this club right now. And the thing is, I'm not even going to talk about the system because Terry spoke about it enough. And I have said it enough and everyone said it enough. I want to talk about development. Let's just talk pure coaching now. Let's just talk pure coaching. Rasmus Højlund was awful today. He was dreadful. But this performance has been around since the start of the season when he wasn't getting any goals, when he was struggling. He went through a good period, got injured. Ever since he's been back from that injury, again, he's reverted back. Why? Because this club this manager and this coaching staff aren't developing. They're not developing these guys. The same issues that our players are having, they've been having all season. Garnacho, anonymous from the left wing today. He had a good few moments in the first half and then disappeared again. Why? Because they keep shifting him about. That's not development. He was cooking on the right-hand side. He was doing good bits for us on the right-hand side. And now all of a sudden, it's, okay, just put him on the left again. Why? You're stunting the development of these players. Kobe Mainoo, again, probably his worst game for Man United that I've seen. Giving the ball away, almost conceding goals, all these things happening. He was our shining light this season. And guess what? He's regressing. Why? Because there's no development. Again, where is the development? Why is his defensive awareness not getting better? Why is his coverage of space not getting better? Why is he not getting helped in that midfield? Because he's getting hung out to dry by the senior players, by the senior midfielders of this club. They're hanging their 18, 19-year-old out to dry in that midfield. So I want to know where the development is. The development of our players is non-existent. You've got Delors playing the best football that he's played in a while. You shift him about left to right, left to right, left to right. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, left, right, left, right. How are they supposed to develop? How are they supposed to build connections with players on the pitch? How are they supposed to do that? They can't. Because there is no rhythm, there's no system, and there's no development happening at this football club. The Onana is making the same mistakes that he's made all season. Why? Where's the development? And then it comes to the senior players. Eriksen should not be playing for Man United ever again. I've said this many times. He's a player that gets away with foolishness. Because you got the likes of Bruno, because you got the likes of Rashford, because you got the likes of Anthony, all these players that people don't like to talk about, people like Eriksen get to hide away with their foolishness. Not on my watch. Eriksen has regressed so badly. It's sad to see because he made an amazing comeback with Brentford. He came here in his first season. He did decent. I was happy with him. And now this season's gone backwards. I don't want to see him play again. CASEMIRO, I'm convinced he's doing whatever he does on purpose. I'm convinced. He is absolutely shafting us on purpose because he wants to be gone. He wants to get out of here. He's done with the season. He's done with Ten Hag.
Leave that guy for me, KJ, please. Leave that Casemiro guy for me.
I'll save him for that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, save him for me. Talk about
Staffy. I'll alley-oop him there. So he's in the air. You can dunk him in a sec. You know what I'm saying? So overall, this team, this club, this needs to restart, and we've already started it. We got new backroom staff. No, not backroom staff. We got new hierarchy. So Claude Blanc, man like Blanc was in the stands. You're not telling me with his football eyes, his football IQ, he's not watching this pitch and being like, this guy's got to go. There's no way he's saying, yeah, we're keeping this guy. Wilcox, everyone's saying, oh, Wilcox loves Ten Hag. They're doing conversations in the back room in their lunchtime. They have lunch breaks together. I don't flipping care. He's just keeping him sweet. That man, Wilcox knows that man's gone. Sir Jim knows that man is gone. Now, I just need this summer to come so change can happen properly. So half of these players can get shipped out. So Ten Hag can get shipped out, and we can actually start building again. It is what it is. Hassam asked me in the group chat, I'm not embarrassed. I would be embarrassed if these players had some kind of pride, if these players had some kind of structure, if this manager had a clue of what he's done, I'll be embarrassed. Because I would be like, yo, this is not us. This is not what we're used to. But this is us. We are the worst footballing team in the Premier League.
No, we're not. We're not. We're the worst footballing team in England.
I was about to say that, Terry. We're actually the worst footballing team in England. Pound for pound, we are the worst. Like, again, Notts County play better football than us. Wrexham play better football than us. Coventry City proved they play better football than us. Who Bromley Town just got promoted, or Bromley FC just got promoted to their
Wrexham.
They play better. Their manager, the Bromley manager, got hired because of FM. This guy was an FM manager, bruv, and he plays better football than us. Hands down, we are the worst. We're the worst.
I couldn't agree with you more, KJ. Wow. Especially about the development element, because for me, I understand rivals are going to come in on Mainu because they know he's good, and that's why they're coming in on him. But I see the way people talk about Højlund, the way they talk about Garnacho, and I honestly, if I was a violent man, I'd be smacking him in the mouth, Sparko on the floor. It's like, how dare you talk about the kids in this way? We should not be relying on these young kids playing this many games. We shouldn't be putting all the pressure on them. At the same time, with the same people having a go at them, typically speaking, are the guys that say there's no coaching, there's no training, there's no system, there's no shape. Yet, so the manager's that bad at coaching, but then you're throwing the young players that are not being developed at the same time under the bus. Shame on anybody that's doing that. Staffy, go on.
Oh, sorry. No, Staffy, go on. My bad.
Go on, Staffy. What are your thoughts on tonight, mate?
I probably
start with Casemiro. I want to hear this,
bro. I just retweeted it. The tweet that Terry tweeted out on August 31st, 2023, saying he wants Casemiro out already. It's on my Twitter. Go check it again. And I got dogs abuse for it, for saying get this guy out. This is everyone's homework for today, okay? I don't know how many people are watching, how many thousand people are watching us right now. This is going to be your homework today. When we're done with this stream, you're going to go back to the match reaction to when we lost to Borussia Dortmund in preseason and just go watch what I said about this team and this midfield. It's the same thing that I could say today. So that's everyone's homework for today. Just go watch those back. Everyone who gave me dog's abuse for saying that, you deserve this loss. And today, by the way, I'm not going to rage. Pretty much KJ said it perfectly. Just go back to all our takes, all the people that he named, and just go back at all our takes this season. It's pretty much the same thing. I am here to celebrate. I'm here to celebrate these idiots who actually sit here and they're in pain today and saying, oh, this Ten Hag that, this Ten Hag this. You deserve that. I don't deserve that. I'm not here to even say anything. I'm not even going to rant because I finished my rants earlier in the season. Today, I was just watching the game. Griggs was with me on the watch along. We were just vibing. We were just laughing. Every time we conceded a goal, it just felt iffy, and then we moved on. And people were wondering, oh, but Goldbridge is raging. Why are you not raging too? You're not a real fan. I was raging all season. I was actually critical when we were winning, and you told me I'm a fake fan. Now you want me to rage when we're losing, when I've been saying this is the system that we've been playing? I'm not going to be that upset. I'm here to actually celebrate in your faces to tell you, you guys deserve that. When Terry sits here, listen, me and Terry throughout the season, we were actually butting heads in the beginning, Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out. But even he saw the light early enough for me to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna stick it on him. He saw earlier in the season that, you know what? This is not good enough. I need to actually call it out. Most of us did. The idiots, and I'm gonna call them out with names. Where's Oro Campbell? Sitting there with your $4.99 like it matters. Like you have some better say than us because you spend $4.99 on every super. Where's Oro Campbell right now? Oro Campbell somewhere. He's probably in his bathroom crying right now because he can't defend his manager. And people want to sit here and defend the manager, say injuries. Like if we haven't been shit all season with injuries anyways and without injuries. And let me just get this Casemiro guy out of the way. I made a plea to Saudi Arabia. I told you guys we could get 60 million. The train has already left. We're late. It's no more with 60 million. We'd be lucky if we get 30 million for this guy in the summer.
Staffy,
basically, It would only be. Listen, bro. I'm telling you, Steve. Please, I'm on my knees from Saudi Arabia to get this guy to my club now. That 60 million. Poof. You know how Hamza does it, Sad. It's gone. Khalas, no more 60 million, bro. We'd be lucky to get off this guy 25 to 30 million. This guy got dribbled today 8 times. 8 times as a center back. And people told me he has Champions League experience. Well, hold on a minute. An experienced player would go into this team today, even though we have injuries, they would have a respectful game. But you know why he can't have a respectful game? Because number one, he's washed. And number two, his manager's not doing him any favors. This whole system is crap. Onana is conceding more goals than anyone in the league. The whole back line is exposed. The fact that we have a back line that's absent and we're not doing our best to protect them, instead, we're still trying to play expensive and leave them on their own. And by the way, before people make more excuses, KJ, you were spot on when you talked about Meno. Meno had an absolute stinker, but I expect that from him because number one, Palace are amazing. He was going against ballers around his age that are quite as good as him, like Savalise and them. So I understand why he got cooked today. Secondly, he's playing in the 6 alone. And I'm going to let Griggs obviously talk about Meno a little bit more because he made a very good point. We have an actual 6 sitting on the bench. Instead, we're putting Eriksen and Mount in the midfield, and we're putting Meno as a lone 6, which is not his job. And then we're wondering why he's been hung out to dry and why he's getting exposed. Bro, when you're center back, by the way, Casemiro, I don't even want to describe what he did today. I'm actually so disgusted by what he did. I'm about to shower after this because I feel disgusted that I actually do a watch along for that. The guy was doing tiki-taka 1-2s on the right wing as a center back. We concede the ball, and you see 2 players running at Johnny Evans. Bro, Johnny Evans at 36, 35, playing with an injury. We should actually be protecting him, not leaving him one-on-one. This guy's doing tiki-taka football on the wing. And then for the 4th goal, he's giving up the ball. I mean, what experience did he learn from his Champions League, 5 Champions Leagues that everyone likes to talk about when he decided not to clear the ball and instead he wanted to turn into the midfield or back into the pitch? That's the same thing that Emerson Royal did yesterday. What is the difference between you and Emerson Royal then? Because you have the Champions League heritage and experience. And this is why when everyone kept saying he has the heritage Champions League, what, were we going to put the Champions League pots on the pitch and it's going to help us? That was going to defend for us. I would have rather put the Champions League pots on trophies on the pitch today. They would have blocked a shot or two because this guy couldn't do shit. Listen, just to wrap it up because I don't want to take too long and I got to go anyways. Everyone who still backs this manager, everyone who still wants to make excuses for him, everyone who's still on their knees for Ten Hag, you deserve this.
Hey,
some of us don't deserve it. No, I mean it. Listen, all Diddy intended when I say they're on their knees for Ten Hag. All Diddy intended. I don't deserve that. Terry don't deserve that. Rhino don't deserve that. KJ don't deserve that. And Griggs don't deserve that. These people, I would love for Terry to please, Terry, this is a plead for me. I need you to do a Ten Hag in panel. Don't invite us. Just invite a Ten Hag in panel. Because I want to see, number one, if these people were real. And I want to see, number two, if they have functioning brains. Because there's no way anyone used a set of eyes today and they have a functioning brain and some decent IQ, just an average IQ that can watch today and just say, you know what? Give this manager another 300 million and let him build in the summer.
But Staffy, he plays the youth. He plays the youth.
Do you know what? I'm going to say about as well is the one comeback that Ten Hag inners have that makes my skin crawl and blood boil to a point where I have to. I want to make sure my defibrillator that's in my living room works because when they say, "But we've got to break the cycle and stop sacking managers." When I hear that, I'm like, are you not reading what's going on at the club? KJ put a perfect tweet out a few weeks ago when the talk with the CEO going and Blanc coming in, and we know Ashworth's almost on his way, especially with Newcastle finding their guy. Wilcott is here. Wilcox is here, and we have a brand new football decision-making team. Everything we do from this point is different to what we've seen in the last decade. So when people go, we're not breaking the cycle if we sack the manager, the cycle's already been fucking broken, you morons. I'm sorry to be rude. I'm really sorry to be rude, but I find it moronic, stupid. I find it intellectually offensive. People that have that opinion, honestly, social services check, they shouldn't be trusted to make toast, let alone maybe breed and have children. What do you mean not break the cycle? The cycle has been broken by football decision makers coming in. Defending this manager now is all about your pride more than it is Manchester United. We all get things wrong.
Yeah.
I praised the signing of Casemiro when we got him. I didn't think he'd be washed this quickly. I criticised Staffy when he said he had to go in the summer. I thought Staffy was being premature. I thought with this manager and how good the first year was, we'd go on to another level this season. I got it wrong. I can accept that. My pride means very little to me when it comes to a footballing opinion, because my life doesn't change whether I get one right or I get one wrong. The terrace keeps growing. My children still love me, and I've still got my friends. It doesn't matter if I get an opinion wrong. Stressing about that is crazy. I don't understand people that are still sitting there, and I'm sorry to be rude about them, and I probably shouldn't do it, and I hold my hands up and say that's wrong of me, but I'm so frustrated at people continuing to ignore the real problems at this football club, and we've fixed one of them. What we now need is a fresh start, and people don't want it. Ironically, the one time when we have football decision makers here, they don't want the fresh start.